Morning to all of you. I, Ashka Shah, Assistant Professor from Faculty of Commerce, Parul University, welcome Mr. Harshad Rao Sir to conduct today's webinar on the topic The Power of Invisibles in Marketing. We welcome you, sir.
Thank you.
Sir has an experience of more than 2 decades in teaching as well as industry. Sir has worked with reputed brands of FMCG products. Acquire more to give more. Give more to acquire more is Sir's mission in life. Sir is currently pursuing PhD. He has also done MA in economics, cleared SET in first attempt, and secured second rank in MCOM. Successful product launches of leading brands is also done by Sir, like Fruity, Appy, Santur soaps, etc. Sir has also won the award of Best Teacher in year 17-18. On behalf of the Faculty of Commerce, Parul University, I once again welcome you, sir. Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Good morning, one and all. Shall I begin?
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir.
Yes, sir.
Good morning. Good morning. Jai Shri Krishna.
Jai Shri Krishna, sir.
Let me welcome you all to my session on the power of invisibles in marketing. I know that the concept of invisible may be something different, maybe something new, innovative, and confusing. Yeah, so let me welcome you all to this power of invisibles in marketing. Am I visible? Okay. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Okay.
sir. You're visible.
So this concept of invisibles may be a different, maybe new, maybe confusing. Invisibles is something, not a new concept. This can be proved from the statement by Sun Tzu, a Chinese military strategist, philosopher, and writer, who, in his Art of Work, during the 5th century BC, has given advice that be so subtle. Subtle means you are so thin, so vague, so abstract that you become invisible. And Sun Tzu says that when you are subtle, you are invisible, and then you will control your rival's fate. Here in this modern times, let me substitute the word rivals with competitors. So I say that when you are invisible, you will control your competitor's fate, maybe at the organizational level, maybe at the individual level. And when you control your rivals or competitors' fate, obviously it also means you're going to have the fate in your control. So the main objective of my webinar of this day is to instill in you the concept, the ideas of invisibility, its importance and impact, and what strategies can you adopt to harness invisible in your organization and in your individual life. I, Harshad Ramesh Rao, Assistant Professor, Department of Commerce from Shri Pancham Khemraj Mahavidyalaya, Savantwadi. Savantwadi is a place in district Sindhudurga of Maharashtra state, which is very near to Goa. I now welcome you all with a small welcome song that is sung by the students in your language, in the language which is very close to your heart. Let us hear that song and let me welcome you all to my webinar.
Are you listening, Teacher? Are you listening to song?
Are you listening to the song?
No, sir, it's not listening.
It's not clear?
No, sir.
The song is not audible.
Song
Not
is not
audible.
audible.
Your voice is audible, but the song is not audible.
Voice is audible, song is not audible. अरे रे, बाकीच्या स्लाइड मध्ये बघा.
तुम्ही सुरू कर, तुम्ही कंटिन्यू करा. Song is not audible. Song is not audible. Continue the session. Continue.
गाणं कटच होतंय पण.
आणि स्टॉप करायचं करणं. स्टॉप करायचं करणं.
Hello, let me continue.
Yes, sir, please. Please continue, sir.
Yes, very sorry, the song was not audible. Let me introduce this lady to you. She is our inspiration. She is our motivation. She is the ex-founder of our Mahavidyalaya. And this, I have introduced this photograph of her only to prove the connection, the historical connection between Sawantwadi and Baroda. Her Highness Srimanta Rajmata Satvashila Devi Bhosle is the great-granddaughter of the Sayaji Rao Gaikwad, the king of your Baroda. Now, with her blessings, let me start with my webinar. Before I proceed with my actual seminar, let me ask you a few little questions. I don't expect that you should answer these questions to me, but let the brainstorming begin in your brain. Let them begin in your mind. Because there are certain simple questions, but we never question them ourselves. The first question I would like to ask you is why we fear God. God in India for Indians is something just like our breathing. Indians are God-fearing people. May it be belonging to any religion. May we be Hindus, Muslims, Christians, Sikh, or whatever may be, we fear God. The question is why we fear God. Right from our childhood, we have been trained, we have been told, we have been warned that if you do something wrong, God will punish you. If you do something wrong, ये पाप है और पाप की सजा मिलेगी. You will be punished by God in this janam. You will be punished by God in next janam. And we are all scared of God. But my question is why to fear God? Because when our teachers tell us that I am going to punish you, do we really get scared with our teachers? As much as we fear God? No. Many times we are on the wrong side. The teacher calls us for our good. She says that I'm going to punish you if you don't behave properly, if you don't do this and that. But instead of getting scared, our students of modern age उल्टा टीचर पे ही गुस्सा करते हैं. So, as compared to our teachers, our parents, why do we fear God? भगवान से इतना डर क्यों लगता है? Next question is, on not only are we scared of God, no, we are scared of ghosts. We are scared of bhoot. This concept of ghost and bhoot is a universal phenomenon. May it be a developed country or may be a most backward African country. Ghosts are everywhere. The stories of ghosts, the exaggerated stories and images of ghosts are everywhere. We are afraid. If you look at the Hindi pictures, ghosts have fascinated them. Ghosts are the topic of their movies. There are many movies periodically being presented, periodically released on the topics related to ghosts. भूत से डर लगता है. In Hindi pictures, we find many a times the heroine is haunted by some ghost, and then the whole picture goes on. But in the end, what do we find? The filmmakers tell us there is no ghost. It was heroine's mama, heroine's chacha, some villain, some hero who had some motive to take. Maybe उससे जायदाद हड़पनी है, उसको कुछ पाना है, some reason and why this whole story, whole scenario, whole plot of Bhoot was created. And in the end, what do the filmmakers say? Bhoot hota nahi hai. Bhoot is a myth. Bhoot does not exist in reality. We all literate people, educated people staying in cities, we know for sure there is no Bhoot. Bhoot is a myth. But in spite of that, in the heart of the hearts, in the minds of the mind, somewhere lingering back in our subconscious, there is a fear of ghost. Bhoot. How? Why? Now let me take you to a different platform and ask you one more question. Is water powerful? Yes. I'm not asking you a question whether the water is useful or not. Yes, there is no substitute to water. Not as of yet. My question is water powerful, or are the currents in the water more powerful? I know there cannot be a debate. The answer is obviously the currents are powerful. These currents in the water are the source of hydroelectricity, and they give the birth to the big storms like tsunamis. So instead of water, you find the currents are more powerful. Why is it so? Why do you think that the currents are more powerful? Is fire powerful? Yes. What do you feel? Is fire powerful, or the heat in the fire more powerful? You know the answer. And now let me ask you, the young generation, the digital breed, whom these mobiles, these software, the online technologies are just at the fingertips. But let me ask you the question, is hardware powerful? Hardware that comprises of your CPUs, of your monitors, of your batteries, of the wires, and so many things, blah, blah, blah. Is hardware powerful, or is it the software more powerful? Do the hardware engineers get more paid, or is it the software engineers more paid? Is any program, any innovation in hardware being praised, or is a software innovation, a software program being more applauded? Actually, the word in software is soft, but the results are very hard, dashing. Obviously, I will feel that nobody is going to challenge me saying that hardware is powerful. It's obviously the answer is software is more powerful than the hardware. Now, again, the question comes, why is it so? I think you all have the answers with you. Now, let me give you my answer. Why is it? We fear God. Because we fear bhoot. Because why currents are powerful? Why heat is powerful? Why software is powerful? The answer to all these questions and many more such questions is that one and single answer. And what is that? That all these things, all these issues are really, what are they? Are really, yes, you got it. They are all really invisible. Gayab. They are not seen. And then what does the law, what is invisibility mean? Invisibility does not mean that the thing does not exist. In fact, it means that it cannot be seen because of its nature, because of its characteristics. It cannot be seen by the human beings by their bare eyes. हम देख नहीं सकते हैं, मतलब वो है नहीं, it is there, but we cannot see. Software है, पानी में करंट है, आग में हीट है, yes, but we cannot see it. That is what is invisibility, not visible. Invisibility, ये जो concept है, that has always fascinated us from our childhood. बचपन से हम इस invisibility के concept के पीछे दीवाने हैं. Do you remember as your childhood? Yes, you took the help of your mother. When I'm talking of mother, I'm talking of Indian mothers, older traditional mothers. I do not know about the foreign mothers. And even now with the changing times, the modern mothers have lost this advantage. Do you remember our mother wearing saris? And we as a small child, when our elder brother, elder sister हमको मारने के लिए आते थे, some unknown uncle जिसका हमें डर लगता था, and they used to come near to catch us. What did we do? हम हमेशा अपने मम्मी के पल्लू के पीछे छुप जाते थे. We used to go and hide behind the pallu. What was that action? The child used to think that when I am hiding behind my mother's pallu, I am becoming invisible. My brother will not see me, that uncle will not see me, that danger will not see me. I am invisible, safe and secure. This invisibility was used by our mothers of those times. That time 2-minute moms were not in existence. कभी की मम्मियां बहुत सारा मेहनत करके बच्चों के लिए खाना बनाती थी, लेकिन हम ऐसे थे कि शैतानी करते थे, and we did not eat food. And then in order to feed, in order to ensure that her child eats the food, हमारी मम्मी क्या करती थी? Our mother used to tell us, बेटा खा ले, नहीं तो गब्बर सिंह आ जाएगा, बेटा खा ले, नहीं तो भूत आ जाएगा, पुलिस आ जाएगा. Were they really existing? No. They were not. They were not. पुलिस हमने कभी देखा नहीं, भूत हमने कभी देखा नहीं, पर उस इनविजिबल चीज का डर, that fear made us eat the food. The mother could achieve her goals. Mother could take the desired course of action by showing the fear of invisibility to the children. This invisibility is a power. That's why the topic says the power of invisibility in marketing. Of course, we will deal in short. Because my first love is marketing, I like to apply everything to the field of marketing. But then this concept of invisibility is applicable in every field. Unfortunately, much time is not being spent on this concept. Unfortunately, much research has not been done on this. I'll come further with. Let me go further and let me tell you that the film industry is also no exception. The films from all over the world at one point or time, some or the other leading producer, some or the other director has taken the challenge to shoot the film based on the concept of this invisibility. I hope the younger generation, I think the younger generation may not know this image. ये हमारे बचपन की बहुत फेमस टीवी सीरियल हुआ करती थी. H.G. Wells, the author H.G. Wells, in the year 1897, nearly 125 years ago, wrote a novel which is popular even till today, and the novel is called The Invisible Man. Based on this novel, there were pictures, there was a TV serial, and this man who was a scientist, some experiment went wrong, he drank that solution, he became invisible, and then further, he could not make a comeback. He could not make himself visible. So he becomes depressed. He becomes a psychopath. He becomes criminal. And in order that the people should see him, uses this attire, covers his masked face with a bandage, hands, gloves, everything. And whenever he wants to become invisible, he used to remove this. That was how the story goes. But this was as old as 125 years ago. Some author thought that he should write, the producers thought that they should prepare a film on the topic of Invisible Man. Our Indian industry, our Hindi film Bollywood is also no exception. I'm sure Gujarati filmmakers also must have made some films on this topic. And some of the very popular films, famous films, who have earned a lot of money on box office, and this movie, Mugambo Kushwa. Anil Kapoor, a timid young fellow, destroyed the empire of Mogambo by using the tool of invisibility. So this was a film where invisibility was very, very effectively used. This is yet another movie, Gayab, Tushar Kapoor. I hope you're looking at Tushar Kapoor only, friends. Yes, Tushar Kapoor again asks for the wish, a very, very introvert person, a very inferiority complex feeling person, was in love with a girl but could not make her his dream girl, could not make her life partner, and wishes to become invisible, and he becomes so. These movies, and you'll find periodically such movies are still being produced. The producers like to produce, the viewers like to watch this. So the thought came to my mind, this concept of invisibility, can we really make use of it in our industries, in our various departments, in the marketing field, maybe in production or whatever? And I feel yes. The law of nature states. It's a natural law. The law of invisibility is the nature's law. May it be God, or may it be a ghost. May it be the current in the water, or the heat in the fire, or the software in the computers. The universal law says that the invisibles are supreme, that the invisibles are powerful. So, what is the success mantra? Today's topmost takeaway from this session would be the success mantra. Please take it with you, my dear friends, and apply it. And the success mantra goes, an organization or an individual to be powerful and to be successful must have an access and control over at least, I repeat, over at least one invisible. एक तो invisible आपके पास होना ही चाहिए. The success will make you powerful, or if you have the power will make you successful, or a blend of both. This concept of invisibility is being used, is being harnessed by all, I repeat, by all successful people. I would request you students, I would request the teachers to do the research on this topic, to develop case studies on this topic, to take projects on this topic, to find out the different industrialists, to different successful people. And you'll find that there is some invisible behind them that has given them the power, that has given them the success. ये अगर इनविजिबल आपके पास भी होगा तो नहीं है, होगा. But then many a times it so happens that we use these things, you use these powerful tools unknowingly. We do not know that it is with us. We do not know we possess it. We do not know others possess it because, of course, it's invisible. And much research has not been done on this topic. ये जो invisible है, if you use it knowingly, there are many things, there is a difference in doing the same thing. You do it knowingly or do it unknowingly. The result will be same. The result will be same in the sense you drink poison not knowing it is a poison, and you drink poison knowing it is the poison. The result is you are paralyzed or you are dead. But I say that if you do something knowingly, the results will be manifold. The success will be magnified. You will be successful in volumes if you do it knowingly. जस्ट आपके पास पावर है, जस्ट एक इनविजिबल है, इससे काम नहीं चलेगा. You have to be trained. You have to manage. You have to develop. You have to nurture. You have to master, have a control over that invisible and use it. When you are acquainted, when you are trained. So that is the way a person does business unknowingly, khandani, in a traditional manner, and somebody does it knowingly. An automobile engineer and a garage mechanic. The garage mechanic may not know the dynamics, the engineering fundas, the principles that go behind a vehicle. So he learns by experience, and it takes many, many more years to self-learn and master the things. But an automobile engineer who learns the things, does practicals, does apprenticeship in some garages, in some automobile companies, naturally within 3 or 4 or 5 years, he becomes successful, he becomes expert, what a traditional mechanic could not in 10-15 years of his life. Same is true with invisible. Maybe some invisibles you have born with. Maybe some invisibles you could acquire because of your tradition, because of your culture. But just inheriting an invisible would not be enough. You should apply it consciously. You should know that yes, this is an invisible that I am possessing it. Yes, this is the invisible I am going to use for the betterment of my individual life or my institution's life. So friends, I know the next question coming to your mind will be, what are those invisibles? ये invisible क्या है? Yes, these invisibles are E-people. E stands for emotions. There are various emotions that you can convert into an invisible, a tool to become successful. And of course, the people which I will be talking about in the last stage of my session, and that is the people, the invisible people. Yes. So, when we talk about the emotions, what are the emotions that you have? What are the emotions that you can use? Yes. Do you remember the childhood game? I do not know whether the children from Gujarat used to play it. In Maharashtra, of course, this was a game that was played. Tippy tippy top top. Which color do you choose? Do you remember this game? Do Gujarati chora chori play this game? Yes, on the same thing. I'm asking you the question. Tippy tippy top top. Which invisible do you choose? You need not choose all. This list is incomplete that I've shown. It is a demonstrative list because we are having shortage of time. There should be sessions. There should be research papers on each of this. These things should be incorporated in the syllabus, I feel. And what are those? Which one do you want to choose? Friendship, trust, loyalty, love, happiness, serenity, confidence, inspiration, empathy, passion, or, as I told you, all these emotions, or the people, the invisible people. Are you confused? How friendship can be invisible that can make you successful? Excuse me. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, sir. Perfect, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now let us see friendship. I'll give you examples of one or two, and then we will move further. Now you see how friendship can be used as invisible to make yourself or your organization successful. Let me tell you a real story of one of the star who would not have become a star, who could not have ruled his industry if there was no friendship used. The star is a small word, a superstar, a superstar, Amitabh Bachchan. Now you'll ask me what has got friendship to do with Amitabh Bachchan. Amitabh Bachchan, after he graduated, he did his post graduation in arts. Then he came to Allahabad from Delhi. और this गंगा किनारे का छोरा जो है did not like his work. He was working into some industries, he was working for some companies. Then he tried his luck in All India Radio, where because of his voice, the voice today that fetches lakhs and lakhs of rupees, that time was rejected. Because that time Amin Sayani ruled the All India Radio, what you can say, the audio industry. Amitabh Bachchan tried the job but was not satisfied. Then he came to the Makkah Medina of film industry, Mumbai, Bombay. And when he said that he wants to work in the film, he was rejected in wholesale. Because during those times, the heroes, maybe Sanjeev Kumar, maybe Rajesh Khanna, you name those things, they were not as tall as him. They were all ordinary heighted people. They were all ordinary looking people. That time, six-pack was not the theory in vogue. All the heroes of those days looked like your papa, looked like of your brother. The houses, the sets were not much different from the houses that in which you lived. The stories revolved around mostly the domestic till the advent of Zanjeer and all those things. And Amitabh Bachchan was rejected because he was too skinny. He had a weird, odd voice because he was too tall, 6 feet 3 inches. Hero, Lambu, Bambu, that is what they call him. Film ka hero, no way. And this fellow, very sad, but very determined. And then came into picture his mother, Teji Bachchan. Teji Bachchan was a very, very close friend of our then Prime Minister Indira Gandhi ji. Rajiv Gandhi, friend of Amitabh Bachchan. And Teji Bachchan, for the benefit of his son Amit, took a note to some film producer in Mumbai. And with this letter, makes Amitabh Bachchan enters the Mumbai market. The Ganga Kinare Ka Ladka comes on the Kinara of Arabian Sea. And the one who did not dare to rule the river literally conquered the sea from the Indian coast to the international borders. Then it is a history. That note which was given as a friendship, as a token of friendship by Indira Gandhi ji to some film producer who could not deny, who wanted to oblige Indira Gandhi ji for some interest of his, gave a role to Amitabh Bachchan in Saath Hindustani. And he was given the role of the seventh Hindustani. Of course, Amitabh Bachchan had that talent. He had the aim, ambition. He was willing to work very, very hard. But if all this talent would have gone waste if this trump card of friendship would not be used. Today, we would not have Amitabh Bachchan in our industry. Today, industry would look like a bhikari industry without Amitabh Bachchan. But you see, this is a true story where friendship was used. You'll find so many examples where friendship. But let me tell you, many times, because you two are teachers, you two are students, you know this is one of the common dialects. जब लड़का आउटलाइन पे जाता है, बिगड़ जाता है, enters into wrong thing, उसकी प्यारी मम्मी, उसके डैडी relatives, many a times they tell a common dialogue. I think this is very common dialogue all over the states, in all over the country, in all the states. लड़का संगत से बिगड़ गया, उसके दोस्तों ने उसे बिगाड़ दिया. If friendship is a power, if friendship is invisible, how could it destroy you? So maybe the Sangat was wrong. Maybe the purpose of Sangat, why you made friendship, was wrong. And that is why I say, harness the friendship. Use this friendship as an invisible, as a tool to grow in life. Maybe you as an individual, maybe you as a... This friendship has given me this session. I really do not know how I should thank again and again Ashwin. It is Ashwin Sirji. I really feel we actually met in one of the refresher course in Anand. He too was a participant, and I, a Buddha man, was also a participant. But I really do not know, in a short span of time, दिल से मिले दिल, प्यार, इश्क विश्क सिर्फ लड़का लड़की में होता है ऐसा. अब इतना प्यार और दोस्ती हो गई कि I really doubt, was I born in Ashwin's family or was Ashwin born in my family? I really take this opportunity, friend Ashwin, to thank you, who has given me this session, who has made my dream come true. And Ashwin bhai, I want one more invitation to come to your university. It's one of my topmost dream list that I want to visit personally your Parul University. बहुत देखने का मन है.
Definitely, sir. Anytime, sir. Please.
Thank you, sir. So this is, you see, this is a friendship. What friendship can do? Friendship can give me good food in Kathiawadi. Story के लिए, details के लिए अश्विन भाई से आप लोग क्लास में पूछ लेना. But then Kathiawadi was a memorable event in my life. The patras that he has given. आज मेरे गार्डन में जब पात्रा के लीव्स उगते हैं तो मुझे वो पात्रा नहीं दिखते, उस हर चेहरे पत्ते में मुझे अश्विन का चेहरा दिखाई देता है. And this is no exaggeration. कमाल हो गया. And sir, this is what is friendship. Have we done research on this avenue? I don't think, at least in my area, in my knowledge, no. The next is the trust. Bharosa. India, the Indian history is full of what you can say, distress, धोखाधड़ी से भरा हुआ है. Why British could conquer our areas? धोखाधड़ी. Why many forts were captured? Because of the धोखाधड़ी. We have seen Padmavat. Why that fort got conquered? Somebody betrayed. So the moment there is a betrayal, you are as an individual, you fail in life. Your institution breaks down into, shattered down into small bits. So trust, loyalty, one of the very, very powerful organizational invisibility. You take the example of our Shivaji Maharaj. Born in most adverse, most bad conditions. History Gujarat ko मालूम होगी शायद. In our Maharashtra, practically every town will have some Shivaji Chowk, some Shivaji Road, some Shivaji statue. But this Shivaji Maharaj had a team of very loyal people. Loyalty, kitni dekho. Tanaji Malusare, one of his sardars. घर में बेटे की शादी थी. बस कुछ ही दिनों में उसका बेटा दुल्हा बनने वाला था. And there was a time when there was a trouble given from, there was a court from the Torna fort. फ्रॉम सिंहगढ़ फोर्ट देयर वाज अ प्रॉब्लम। और तभी तानाजी मालुसरे ने शिवाजी को क्या बोला, महाराज मेरे बेटे की शादी बाद में होगी, पहले शादी कुंडाना की। यू देखो कितना लॉयल्टी, वफादारी, घर में सच्ची सच्ची की शादी है, फिर भी वो बोल रहा है कि मैं युद्ध पे जाऊंगा, आई विल गो एंड फाइट फॉर द फ्रीडम, आई विल फाइट फॉर यू महाराज। और हमारे यहाँ लोग बस बहाने ढूंढते हैं, बंक करने का क्लासेस। आर वी लॉयल टू आवर इंस्टीट्यूशन? हमारे बहुत सारे टीचर्स, हमारे जो है नॉन टीचिंग स्टाफ, मरे नहीं हुए रिलेटिव्स को मार देते हैं। हम बस बहाना ढूंढते हैं टू रिफ्रेन फ्रॉम आवर वर्क। हु इज लूजिंग? इंस्टीट्यूशन। हम खुद हमारा खुद का नुकसान करके ले रहे। बाजी प्रभु देशपांडे, another loyal Sardar of Shah, during the fight at Vishalgarh, he said, महाराज आप गढ़ पे सेफ हो जाओ, जब आप 3 तोपों की आवाज दोगे उसी के बाद मैं हमारे यहाँ के एनिमी को ऊपर छोड़ूंगा। And his hands were broken, but till the end he fought. He kept his word true. This is loyalty. Imagine if you have such loyalty, if you have such loyalty imbibed in your team, what results, what wonders. Unfortunately, ये चीजें हमें नहीं पढ़ाई जाती है, वेरी सुपरफिशियली ये ऊपर ऊपर बताई जाती है। और मैं तो अब इन चीजों में बहुत प्यार, maybe after my retirement I would like to devote my time on this concepts of invisibility. You see love, Bhagat Singh, Rajguru, so many freedom fighters, Savarkar, and so many people, you will find they had the love for their country. और हमारे यहाँ आज की देखो, हमको झंडा वंदन, फ्लैग होस्टिंग को पीपल, बच्चों को जमा करना पड़ता है। गवर्नमेंट को बोलना पड़ता है that anywhere you go, teachers, you should sign and make yourself present, otherwise we will take action. The love for the nation is enforced, it's coercive. See the story, what happens. Saturday को 15 अगस्त है, Sunday को 16 अगस्त है, and then what we do, we arrange for the trips, picnics, ऐसा कुछ है। क्या हमें प्यार है? क्या हम अपने कंपनी से प्यार करते हैं? क्या हम अपने काम से प्यार करते हैं? क्या हम अपने खुद से प्यार करते हैं? The baddest part is we do not love ourselves. Yes, I make it, this is a bold statement. हम अपने आप से भी खुद प्यार नहीं करते। प्यार में वो ताकत है। अब आपके जैसे यंग बच्चों को मैं क्या बताऊं प्यार में क्या ताकत है, बट यस, लव आपसे वो करवाता है, वो मिरेकल्स करवाता है जो और कोई भी इनविजिबल नहीं करवाए। मरने के लिए, मारने के लिए, मर मिटने के लिए, दिस लव विल गिव यू। सो व्हेन दिस लव, अगर ये लव हम अपने एम्प्लॉइज, अगर ये लव हम अपने दिल में पैदा कर सकते हैं, अगेन क्या होगा? वंडर्स, मिरेकल्स, प्रॉफिट्स, रिजल्ट्स। बस ये एक सच आर दस थिंग्स, यही बात सच है हैप्पीनेस के लिए, सेरेनिटी के लिए, कॉन्फिडेंस के लिए, इंस्पिरेशन के लिए, पैशन के लिए, एम्पैथी के लिए, यू नेम इट एंड यू सी सो मेनी अल्टरनेटिव्स। आपको ज्यादा नहीं, बस एक, कोई भी। You'll find, yes, आज देखेंगे कि आज पार्ले का कस्टमर है, अमूल का कस्टमर है, वेरी वेरी लॉयल कस्टमर। Because what Amul gives to the customers? Happiness, satisfaction. This is what is there. What Parle gives. In spite of so many biscuits coming, you'll find Parle. Those brands have stayed over the competition. They have retained their marketing share. They spend very less amount on advertisement, very less amount. They depend upon consumer franchise, the trust of their consumers, because they deliver happiness and they take the trust. कैसे क्या, अगर इसमें से कोई एक पे आपने मास्टरी पा ली है, there cannot be, impossible कि आप फेल हो जाए, इम्पॉसिबल। जितना ज्यादा इसके ऊपर कंट्रोल पाते हो उतना आप ज्यादा सक्सेसफुल हो जाए। एंड दैट इज व्हाई देयर आर दीज अल्टरनेटिव्स अगेन विच शुड बी देयर। इस इनविजिबल्स को देखने के बाद लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड अपना टॉपिक क्या है, द पावर ऑफ इनविजिबल्स इन मार्केटिंग। नाउ लेट अस अंडरस्टैंड अबाउट दिस कॉन्सेप्ट, व्हाट इज पावर। नाउ पावर इज आल्सो अ इनविजिबल, but because I use this word there, let us understand this concept separately. What is power? The power is nothing. इसके बारे में तो आपने आपके टॉपिक्स में कहीं ना कहीं definitely, so I'll not waste much of the time on this, but let us see what is power. So power is the ability to act or produce an effect. It is the legal or official authority, capacity, or the right. It is the position of control, authority, or influence over others. कि आप की पावर है कि आप आपके विचार दूसरों पे कैसे इन्फ्लुएंस कर सकते हैं, आपकी बिहेवियर दूसरों पे कैसे इन्फ्लुएंस होती है, हाउ पीपल वांट टू इमिटेट यू, हाउ पीपल वांट टू फॉलो यू, दैट्स योर पावर। कोई हीरो की हेयर स्टाइल, यस, रेफरल पावर। फिजिकल माइंड, ताकत आपकी, मेंटल एजिलिटी, दिमाग की ताकत, पॉलिटिकल कंट्रोल कोई पार्टी का जो है। आज देख रहे हैं एक पार्टी को हमारे महाराष्ट्र में तीन तीन पार्टियां लगी हुई है, उनको है। Yes, politics is not our topic. It's not our cup of tea. But then that is power. You can have any type of power. What are those types of powers available to you? One is called as the legitimate power. That is given to you by the law. The principle, the power of the principal, the power of the president of India, the power of a secretary, the power of the monitor in the class. This is a legitimate by the law, by the system in which is in vogue. Coercive power, one of the most dirtiest, ugliest, heinous power. This power should never be used by anybody on anybody. Coercion is force, doing something without the will of the others. Don't use force, because force, power plays, creates enemies. You have seen two gangs of gundas till the last fellow is dead. There are दुश्मनी चलती रहती है।
Hello, Ashka ma'am.
Yes, sir.
Sir, ma'am, please wait for a few minutes. Sir will join very soon. Some of the technical issues are there.
Okay, okay.
Okay. Yes, sir, please.
Yes,
Please continue, sir.
yes, yes. So now, after looking at the definitions and understanding these three concepts, let us go on to, I always believe that it is the people who make the difference of the organization. Because machine उनके पास भी है, मेरे पास भी है, प्रोडक्ट उनके पास भी है, मेरे पास भी है, प्रमोशन उनके पास भी है, मेरे पास भी है. उनके एडवर्टीजमेंट में सलमान खान यूज किया तो मैं आमिर खान यूज करूंगा. उन्होंने बिपाशा बसु को बुलाया तो मैं और किसी हीरोइन को बुलाऊंगा. उन्होंने एक हीरो एक हीरोइन. सो the your organization. May it be marketing, and in marketing, we prices, or may it be deciding the channels of distribution, that is the place, and the people involved in it. At every stage, you will require the invisible people. I would say here that our syllabuses should continue about hiring the invisibles. Our syllabuses should have a curriculum. How can we convert an ordinary man into an invisible man? How can we are talking only about the tangibles, but we are talking about the machinery, this. We have got one goodwill in our balance sheet as an intangible asset. We have started doing human resource accounting, but then hiring invisible people, nurturing them, retaining them, finding sustainable invisible people. अगर आप इनविजिबल लोगों को हायर करते हो तो आपने बाजी जीत ली, आपने जंग को जीत लिया, आप हारने का सवाल है. डेविड्स भाई की एक आदमी है जैसे मेरे जैसा है जिन्होंने इनविजिबल पे कुछ काम करना शुरू कर दिया है, और वो बताते हैं कि बेसिकली यू सी व्हाट इज इनविजिबल, हु आर दिस इनविजिबल पीपल. क्या बोल रहा हूं मैं, इनविजिबल मतलब कौन है, हम क्या इनविजिबल होंगे. अनिल कपूर जैसा कोई शर्ट कोट घड़ी कुछ हम लोग के पास गैजेट होगा जो हमको इनविजिबल बना देगा, या इनविजिबल मैन के जैसे कोई केमिकल पी ले ताकि हम. नो नो नो, these invisible people are very much different from backstage employees. Invisible मतलब दिखाई नहीं देते हैं. Take the example of KBC, कौन बनेगा करोड़पति. We say that it is Amitabh Bachchan's show, but really if you find what is the contribution to making the program successful, there are so many people working behind the stage. बट बिहाइंड द स्टेज मतलब एक बर्तन मांजने वाला आदमी एम्प्लॉय है, वर्कर है होटल में, तो कैन वी कॉल हिम इनविजिबल बिकॉज ही इज नॉट टू बी सीन बाय द पीपल, बाय द कस्टमर्स हु गो टू ईट फूड इन द रेस्टोरेंट. तो क्या वो बर्तन मांजने वाला एम्प्लॉय, वो झाड़ू पोछा करने वाला आदमी, क्या हमें दिखाई नहीं देता है? तो डू वी? नो नो. द इनविजिबल पीपल आर वेरी वेरी डिफरेंट फ्रॉम द बैक स्टेज एम्प्लॉयज. हु आर दे? So they are, most of them are at the top of their field. They are engaged in the most complex operations of their industry. Complex, maybe teaching can be divided. आज हम टीचर जब टीच करते हैं तो हम आप तक पहुंचने तक उसके पहले बहुत सारी चीजें हैं. डिजाइनिंग द सिलेबस, डिजाइनिंग द हार्डनेस लेवल ऑफ द सिलेबस, द टॉपिक. जैसे मैं बोल रहा हूं कि ये टॉपिक इंक्लूड होना चाहिए. टुडे HR डिपार्टमेंट्स मस्ट बी टोल्ड, मस्ट बी गिवन द टारगेट दैट एक में साल में कम से कम एक दो, दीज आर द रेयरेस्ट ऑफ द रेयरेस्ट कमोडिटीज. पर ऐसे लोगों को ढूंढो, हेड हंटिंग में इसको ढूंढ के लाओ, ऐसा कुछ होना चाहिए. They are, of course, because they are different, because they are at the top of the field, they are complex, they are well remunerated. पर मजे की बात क्या है, देखो ये लोग कौन है. They ignore the rule of self promotion and self branding. आज का युग जो है वो ढोल बजाने का युग है. अपना ही ढोल खुद बजाते जाओ. I am this, I am blah blah, मैंने ऐसा किया, blah blah blah. बस ढोल बजाते जाओ, आई एम द ग्रेटेस्ट, आई एम द माइटिएस्ट, आई एम दिस, आई एम द बेस्ट टीचर, आई एम द बेस्ट एक्टर। फिर उस अवार्ड मिलने के लिए पॉलिटिक्स, उसके पीछे किसी को अवार्ड ना मिलने के लिए पॉलिटिक्स, और सब शोबाजी की दुनिया हो गई। आज ये शोबाजी को पढ़ाया जाता है, शोबाजी पे रिसर्च किया जाता है, ये शो ऑफ पे बहुत सारा पैसा खर्च किया जा रहा है। रियली व्हाट इज दैट वी गेट इन रिटर्न एक्सेप्ट फॉल्स सेटिस्फैक्शन। एंड यही जो लोग हैं इनविजिबल्स, उनका रूल नंबर 1 क्या है? दे इग्नोर। आज का जो रूल है सेल्फ प्रमोशन, खुद को प्रमोट करना चाहिए, खुद को एडवर्टाइज करना चाहिए, खुद को सेल्फ ब्रांड बनाना चाहिए। देयर आर हंड्रेड्स ऑफ बुक्स ऑन सेल्फ ब्रांडिंग, हाउ कैन क्रिएट योरसेल्फ अ ब्रांड इन द इंडस्ट्री, हाउ हर्षद राव विल बिकम अ ब्रांड। बट दे इग्नोर दिस रूल। वो बोलते हैं मुझे सेल्फ प्रमोशन नहीं चाहिए, मुझे सेल्फ। दे आर कंज्यूमेट प्रोफेशनल्स। कंज्यूमेट का मतलब है दे आर फ्लॉलेस, विदाउट मिस्टेक, बहुत अच्छा काम करते हैं सर, फिर भी they are still satisfied with anonymity. They want to remain गुमनाम रहना पसंद करते हैं। They don't want to mix in the crowd. They don't want to attend parties. Nothing. They are satisfied with their work. They only want to work. Their reward is work. They have the confidence to do the demanding jobs and not the ego to want to be widely known for their work. ये कॉन्फिडेंस होता है उनमें डिमांडिंग जॉब्स का, चैलेंजिंग जॉब्स में कर सकता हूं। ऐसे तो हम लोगों में भी है। आज का ये सेशन मेरे लिए चैलेंजिंग था। अश्विन भाई वहां से मुझे कॉन्फिडेंस दे रहे, डर मत बेटा, कुछ नहीं होगा। बट देन लेट मी ऑनेस्टली एडमिट टू यू, आई एम फ्रॉम द स्कूल ऑफ दिस रूल, सेल्फ प्रमोशन एंड सेल्फ ब्रांडिंग। तो चलो फिर ऐसा कपड़ा पहनो, वैसे कपड़े पहनो। यस, आपको बताने से पहले, बिकॉज द टॉपिक आई डिड अ लिटिल टेस्ट मार्केटिंग ऑफ दिस टॉपिक ऑन सम ऑफ द अदर पीपल, कि ये क्या उनके पास पहुंच रहा है, नहीं पहुंच रहा है। मेरा ये लेक्चर है पारुल यूनिवर्सिटी, इतनी फेमस। यस, आई डिड अ लिटिल ढोल बजा। व्हाई टू टॉक फॉल्स? सो आई एम नॉट इनविजिबल। They have the confidence, but they don't have the ego that they should be known for their work. उनको कोई रिवॉर्ड मिलना चाहिए, उनको कोई पद्म भूषण मिलना चाहिए, उनको कोई पद्म भूषण मिलना चाहिए। वो फिर पद्म भूषण मिलने के बाद there are immediately 2 parties. ज्यादातर लोगों उस जिसको पद्म भूषण मिलता है उसको छोड़ के बाकी के बहुत सारे लोग तो दुखी हो जाते हैं। And then we come to know all the drawbacks of that person. So this is where we say they are those invisibles who have the confidence, but they don't have the ego. They are a management challenge. They are challenge to the management. Why? Because they don't crave recognition. उनको recognition चाहिए नहीं ना। आप क्या देंगे? आपकी HR पॉलिसी बनाती है, we will give you this rewards. आपको गाड़ी देंगे, बंगला देंगे, बोनस शेयर्स देंगे, प्रॉफिट शेयरिंग देंगे, आपको फॉरेन ट्रिप देंगे, आपके बच्चों को स्कूल के लिए भेजेंगे, आपके बच्चों को। They don't want all this. उनको कोई पहचान नहीं चाहिए। They don't spend time on self promotion. खुद पे उन लोग बिल्कुल टाइम स्पेंड नहीं करते हैं। यहाँ पे मैं आपको एक फिल्म की याद आई है मुझे जस्ट, और आपके साथ में शेयर करता हूँ 1 ही मिनट में। एंड द मूवी इज कॉल्ड फ्लाई। देखना कभी, थोड़ी सी डरावनी है, अच्छी है। यहाँ पे भी इस पिक्चर में भी एक साइंटिस्ट था जो एक रिसर्च कर रहा था। इस फ्लाई में रिसर्च कि अपनी पूरी बॉडी हम लोग विदाउट अ व्हीकल हम एक जगह से दूसरी जगह जाएंगे। आज मुझे अमेरिका जाना है, कैसे जाऊंगा? तो मुझे फ्लाइट चाहिए, शिप चाहिए, सब मोड्स ऑफ ट्रांसपोर्ट चाहिए। तो उसने साइंस में ऐसे डिजाइन किया था कि हमारी पूरी बॉडी जो है वो स्प्लिट होके एटॉमिक हो जाएगी और फिर हम हवा के संग संग अमेरिका पहुंच जाएंगे। एंड एट दैट डिस्टाइंड डेस्टिनेशन हमारी बॉडी पूरी वापस जुड़ जाएगी एंड वी विल अगेन बिकम इंडिविजुअल पर्सन। एंड हिज रिसर्च वाज गोइंग ऑन। फिर वो रिसर्च ऑब्वियसली फेल होता है। पर इस पिक्चर में एक सीन था, वो अपने ऑफिस के लिए जाने के लिए तैयारी कर रहा था एंड दैट टाइम हिज फियांसी आती है। व्हाइल गेटिंग रेडी उसकी फियांसी को बोलता है प्लीज गेट मी माय सूट। और हीरोइन जब कबर्ड ओपन करती है, शी इज शॉक्ड, क्योंकि वो क्या देखती है कबर्ड में 10-12 ड्रेसेस है, उसकी पैंट, शर्ट, सूट, उसका मैचिंग टाई। पर अचरज की बात क्या है, ऑल द पेयर, ऑल दोज डजन्स ऑफ सूट्स, सेट्स वेयर ऑफ द सेम कलर, ऑफ द सेम मटेरियल, सब कुछ सेम। और वो बोलती है कहीं मैं गलत आदमी से तो प्यार नहीं किया। एंड शी कम्स एंड आस्क्स हिम, डार्लिंग ये क्या है, व्हाई यू हैव स्टिच्ड ऑल द ड्रेसेस ऑफ द सिमिलर काइंड, व्हाई नॉट ऑफ डिफरेंट कलर एटलीस्ट। और वो उसकी तरफ देखता ही नहीं, वो अपने ख्यालों में खोया है। और उसने एक सेंटेंस बोला, दैट सेंटेंस, उसने बोला मैंने ऐसे कपड़े इसलिए सिलाए, सो आई डोंट हैव टू थिंक विच ड्रेस टू वेयर टुडे, व्हाट मैचिंग टू डू टुडे। देखो हम हर दिन नहीं तो कोशिश करते हैं, आज अगर इस शर्ट पे मैं नीचे ग्रीन पैंट पहनता तो सारे लोग हंसते मुझसे। So we are wasting our time. These invisibles don't spend time on any of their self-promotion. And the problem is, it's easy to take them for granted. उनको हम लोग ग्रांटेड लेते हैं। क्यों ग्रांटेड लेते हैं? गधा है, सिर्फ काम करते रहता है, सोशलाइज नहीं करता है, कहीं नहीं आता जाता है, इसका कोई दोस्त नहीं है, इसका कोई सगा नहीं है, इसकी बीवी इसको छोड़ के चली गई, इसको इसके बच्चों के नाम नहीं पता है, ऑल दोज थिंग्स, यूजलेस फेलो। हाँ काम अच्छा करता है बस इसीलिए रखा, नहीं तो कब का निकाल देते हैं हम उसको। देयर आर चांसेस दैट दे आर बीइंग टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड। एंड अगर आपने इन लोगों को ग्रांटेड ले लिया, देन यू विल हैव, इफ यू फेल टू अंडरस्टैंड, अगर आपने इन इनविजिबल्स को पहचानने में, समझने में, क्योंकि ये बोलते कम है, ये शांत रहना पसंद करते हैं, इसके शांत क्या, आपने इनको पगार का इंक्रीमेंट नहीं दिया, कुछ प्रॉब्लम नहीं, इनको तकलीफ कब होती है, इनका जो चहेता काम है, ये जो काम करना पसंद करते हैं, इफ यू ट्राई टू take out that work from them, then they will be disturbed, then they become desperate. So if you fail to understand them and do not give them what they desire, आप उनको जो चाहिए उन्हें, क्या चाहते क्या है ना, वो ना मांगू मैं गाड़ी बंगला घोड़ा गाड़ी, नथिंग, they want to work at their own freedom level, the way they want, because they work for themselves. And if you do not give them what they desire, then you will lose them. लूज देम कैसे? तो अलॉन्ग विद द ट्रिमेंडस वैल्यू दे डिलीवर। आपको जो वैल्यू दे रहे थे, उस वैल्यू के वजह से आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन का जो वर्थ बढ़ रहा था, यू विल लूज देम। जब वो थे तो आपके कंपनी में शांति थी। लेट मी रिपीट, when these invisible people were working in your organization, आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में शांति थी। पर जब ये छोड़ के चले जाएंगे तो आपके ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में सन्नाटा छा जाएगा। समझते हैं, फर्क समझते हैं। There will be a big hollow which cannot be replaced, and that is why these people, बहुत संभाल के इनसे आपको काम करवाना पड़ता है। They have 3 common qualities. Let me a little rush up. क्या है? तो एक है ambivalence towards recognition. एम्बिवेलेंस का मतलब होता है अनसर्टेनिटी, नेग्लिजेंस, नेगेटिविटी। दे डोंट वांट रिकॉग्निशन, कोई रिवॉर्ड के पीछे नहीं, कुछ नहीं है उनका, वो खुद अपने लिए काम करते। दे डू नॉट टेक एम्प्लॉयमेंट एज एम्प्लॉयमेंट, दे डू नॉट टेक, हम लोग हर साल डिस्कशन चालू होता है, ईयर एंड आ गया, शायद अभी चालू होगा, हमारा कितना इंक्रीमेंट होगा, कितना परसेंटेज इंक्रीमेंट होगा, उसका कितना, मेरा कितना, एंड ऑल दो। सो मैनेजमेंट कैसा है, वो all this pointer recognition, rather than creating a motivating environment. This concept of recognition, rather than creating a pleasant environment, creates a negative environment, creates hatred. Work, they are so careful, so beautiful. What they say is they work with such a perfection, and the reason is obvious, they are doing it for themselves. And when they are doing it for themselves, कुछ काम है, घड़ी देख के काम नहीं करते हो, लेक्चर का टाइम कितना है, लेक्चर खत्म करो, अभी रिसेस कब होगी, दिवाली की छुट्टी कब,
Sir, you are a mute, sir.
अब
हाँ.
आ गया?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, yes. Yes, sir. Hello.
Yes, sir. Please continue, sir.
Yeah. And now this is my second last slide. My heartfelt gratitude and sincere thanks. My first thanks, second thanks, third thanks, 10th thanks to Ashwin Patel, sir, who has given me the opportunity to fulfill my dream, at least to be virtually present before the members of Parul University. I thank my colleagues from my department and everybody who has directly and indirectly helped me. Who has directly or indirectly helped me in making my webinar a success. Now, before going,
Yes,
let us understand what are the takeaways of this seminar. In this seminar, in this webinar, we have understood what are the concepts of invisibility, power, and marketing. However, the power must not be misused. You have to use it with care and caution. Because, as we said, the current that can generate electricity is the same current that can create tsunamis. We have also learned about the success mantra. And the mantra, I repeat, because this is a universal truth, it is the law of nature, and nature never likes to fail. It is we human beings who try to fail the nature by our own innovations, own brains, but then nature reverts back and gives a slap on the human's face and tries to reconstitute its own equilibrium. So what is the success mantra? The success mantra is for any organization or individual to be powerful or successful must have access to or control over at least one invisible. We have to try to understand who are these invisibles. We know that these invisibles must not be taken for granted, and therefore जाते जाते बता दूं कि every HR department, every person should choose these invisibles with care and caution. Nurture and develop them and utilize them at appropriate time, place, and definitely in appropriate doses. So I take this opportunity before saying goodbye to reap and enjoy the fruits of these precious invisibles. आपको कोई invisible मिल गया, आपने किसी पे research किया, do not forget to share because there is a student who is still working on this concept of invisibles. So now let us say tata, aujo, and let us become invisible. Thank you so much. Goodbye. Good day.
Thank you, sir. Sir, we have our colleague Shubhashri ma'am. We have one question related with the invisible marketing. Shubhashri ma'am, please.
Sir, very good morning to you. And your presentation and explanation was very nice, and it will helpful to everyone who are making in research in marketing. You said there is an invisibility will be there in marketing. I have one question. I know this is invisible, but I need to know the answer. How can I rectify the issue?
How can?
My question is how to market something in a new market region. If I plan to market my product in a new market region,
Yes.
but the time is very less. The time period for me to market a product in a new market is very less. That is an invisibility. How to overcome that invisibility or how to achieve an invisibility?
No, madam. I'm telling you, is not to overcome the invisibility. In fact, you have to make use of this invisibility. Now, when you say that, you have very short time to market a product.
Yeah.
But then you have not given me the data. Whether have you completed other formalities before entering in the market?
Okay, sir.
In the sense, are you ready with your market research? Are you ready with your product research? Are you ready with your consumer research? Have you identified your niche market? Have you segmented your market? If you are ready with all this data, it's only then and then you can take any product to the market.
Sure.
just because you have a product ready, मैंने अभी घर में भजिया बना दी है, बस अभी आपको उसको कैसे भी करके खत्म करना है, राव सर मुझे फॉर्मूला बताओ, और आज आपके सारे घर के लोग बाहर से खाना खा के आ गए हैं.
Sure, sir.
Then marketing is not possible, man. If your homework is ready,
And
with
no,
all
I'm
this,
generally asking for those companies. If you take Hindustan Unilever or a Parley companies or some other company, even though
yes,
they are distributing, they are selling their goods to everywhere. But
yes,
if they find at some new region, and they
no,
have only short period, and if they need to do something, then how
no,
to?
no, these companies will never have, all these companies will never go without doing their homework, man. Never.
Okay. I understand, sir.
Means
I understand.
because I have worked with Parleys, they are very meticulous, very, very, very meticulous.
Sure, sir. Sure, sir. Thank
Yes.
you, sir. Thank you.
And even then, and such companies, even if they go with some new product, they already have their brand awareness, company awareness, their distribution network, everything is ready.
Okay,
So
sir.
Parle या Hindustan Lever नाम ही काफी है.
Okay, sir.
So you will have some trials there. But
Sure.
because Parle goes with a biscuit and I go with Rao Pav in the market, my Pav will not get sold without the dipper.
Sure, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Your presentation and answering for this question, it was very good. It was a pleasure to have you with us, and thank you all for attending. We hope you all have learned and enjoyed this presentation. Thank you, Honorable President, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Yes, Professor Rao sir. Once
Yes.
again, I thank you on behalf of the Parul University, Faculty of Commerce, Parul Institute of Commerce, and Dean of the Parul Institute of Commerce, Dr. Ajay Trivedi. I heartily thanks to you for such a great, informative, and knowledgeable webinar, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Bye.
Yeah. Bye, sir.
Bye. हे बंद करून टाकू.